In the heart of a vast African kingdom, where the rhythms of drums echoed across the savannah and the wisdom of ancestors guided the people, a young queen ascended to the throne, not by blood alone, but by the strength of her character. Queen Isabella, still a child in years, was faced with a treacherous uncle determined to seize the crown for himself, by any means necessary. But when the kingdom's most sacred document is stolen under the cover of darkness, Isabella must outwit a master of deceit, risking everything to protect the future of her people. Would her wisdom be enough to save the throne, or would betrayal tear her kingdom apart? The Kingdom of Wekeh. Wekeh was a kingdom rich in tradition and culture, nestled between the sweeping plains and dense forests of the savannah. It was a place where the elders told stories of the past around fires, where children ran through fields and rivers, and where the land itself seemed to pulse with life. The kingdom was ruled by King Kasimu, a wise and just leader, until his sudden passing left the people in mourning. His daughter, Isabella, was named queen only a month later. Though the queen was young, her heart was full of understanding for the struggles of her people. She had grown up listening to the stories and wisdom of her father and the elders. Queen Isabella knew that leadership was not just a matter of birthright but of compassion, intellect, and justice. A queen's promise. From the moment she took the throne, Queen Isabella worked tirelessly to improve the lives of her people. She knew that the wealth of a kingdom wasn't in its gold or jewels, but in the well-being of its people. With the help of her advisors and council, she passed laws that directly benefited the villagers, introducing scholarships for children from humble backgrounds to attend the kingdom's prestigious schools, providing loans to farmers so they could expand their lands, and enacting laws to punish corrupt chiefs who had been burdening the people with high taxes and unjust prices. But Isabella's reforms were not universally loved. While the villagers praised her for her dedication, there were those who had their own interests at heart, none more so than her uncle, Lord Thomas. Lord Thomas, the brother of Queen Isabella's late father, had always believed that the throne should belong to him. He had spent years plotting, waiting for the perfect opportunity to seize power. His anger festered when the council chose Isabella over him. His frustration turned to bitterness as Isabella began introducing policies that curbed his ability to exploit the kingdom's resources for his personal gain. Seeing his hopes dashed, Lord Thomas turned to treachery. He knew that to bring Isabella down, he needed to create a scandal that would destroy her reputation and turn the people against her. The key to his plan was the kingdom's most important document, the trade register. This ancient scroll detailed the kingdom's trade deals, merchants, and resources. Without it, chaos would engulf the kingdom, and all eyes would fall on Queen Isabella, blaming her for the kingdom's disarray. During Wekeh's grand annual festival, a celebration of harvest and tradition, the palace was filled with activity. The streets were alive with drumming, dancing, and the scent of roasted meats. It was during this time of merrymaking that Lord Thomas saw his chance. Under the cover of the night, as the kingdom's eyes were distracted by the festivities, he crept into the royal chambers and stole the trade register. Without a trace, he vanished into the shadows. The next morning, panic spread across Wekeh. The kingdom's most precious document was missing. The people feared that their future was now uncertain. Queen Isabella was devastated but not deterred. She knew that this wasn't just a theft, it was an attack on everything her father had worked for, an act of sabotage that could tear the kingdom apart. Determined to uncover the truth, Queen Isabella took matters into her own hands. Disguised as a commoner, she wandered the village, quietly observing Lord Thomas's every move. Her sharp eyes never missed a detail. She saw him meeting with shady individuals in secret corners of the kingdom, whispering late into the night about unknown plans. One evening, she managed to intercept a letter he was about to send. It was addressed to pirates in the neighboring kingdom of Mbara, an infamous group who had long harbored a reputation for lawlessness. Isabella knew that if Lord Thomas was selling the trade register to pirates, it would bring ruin to her kingdom. With the help of her loyal spies, she quickly seized the letter and arrested the men Lord Thomas had been conspiring with. The contents of the letter left no room for doubt. Lord Thomas had been negotiating with the pirates, offering them the trade register in exchange for gold. He planned to use the gold to build an army and overthrow Isabella, claiming the throne for himself. Confronting the traitor. Queen Isabella knew the time had come to expose her uncle's treachery. She gathered the villagers in the heart of the kingdom, in the great town square, a place where decisions were made openly, in the presence of the ancestors. As the villagers gathered, anxious and confused, she stepped forward, holding up the letter. With a calm but firm voice, she revealed the full extent of Lord Thomas's betrayal. "The man who should have been our protector," Isabella said, "has chosen greed and treachery. He has sought to sell us to pirates and tear apart the very fabric of this kingdom." Lord Thomas attempted to deny his actions, but the evidence was irrefutable. The villagers, who had once trusted him as a leader, now turned their eyes upon him with disgust. The very man they had once admired was now revealed as a traitor. With the support of the people, Isabella made her final decision. Lord Thomas was exiled from Wekeh. He was cast out, never to return. His name became a byword for betrayal, and the people of the kingdom would remember his treachery for generations. As Isabella watched him disappear into the wilderness, she knew the kingdom would heal.